Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Professor from Kingdom 24. Hope everybody has been having a good KvK season 3 so far. We have about 4 days left. Uh, we are at the continent 108. So, usually during the end of KvK, I do a recap video as I'm part of the management. So, I kind of know a lot of these behind the table, under the table negotiations and how the decisions was made. So I will be trying to again tell a story about this KVK in the perspective from us, and also I wanted to maybe give some thoughts and opinions on what how the other kingdoms has been doing and their decisions that they made which led to the results. So before we get into the results, this is what we have here. Kingdom 24, 76, 129, 159, 173, 179, 244, and 247. So these are the kingdoms that's in the same continent with us. As you can see that we're at Kingdom Continent 108. So we are pretty close to Imperium. As you can see that our alliances is our top 100 basically is around when the game first started is around maybe 55, 56 million, the lowest one. So again, you may have known that this kvk is still ranked by the first 100, and then the next one will be the top 300 ranking. So I am basically random ported into purple behind the enemy line. So as you can see that we have closed them in. So the purple is 173. Before we get to how we ended up here, maybe I'll tell the story from the beginning, right? So let's first look at it. So each time Lilith always trying to throw us some curveballs, right? So this time, what had happened is that before the pre-event happened, we were not aware of who our enemies or anybody's are. So it makes us unable to reach out and talk with anyone. And during those times, you kind of wanted to talk to people and uh, get a sense of who they are, what their kingdom is. But we get none of that until the pre-event happened. So, and when the pre-event happened, let's just take a look at some of these things that the rankings that we have over here, right? So you always want to know who's the strongest guy. So right here, this is courtesy to these nerds from 244, right? They really like put everything together. They analyzed everybody. So they made some spreadsheets about the alliance power instead of top 100. So look over here, we have 1024. We're one of the older kingdoms, one of the oldest actually. We're about 530 days old. So all these members here has been playing with me since the dawn of time essentially. That's let me see. That's 1.5 human years. That's almost I don't know. That's almost like 10 to 12 dog years, right? And that's like 80 years in game. Basically, we should all be retired at this point, right? That's 80 in game years. You play a game for a year and a half, that's it's a good game, but you should be retired as well. So here is the power rankings of the alliance instead of just the top 100, because at this point I think we should all know that the top rankings of 100 is extremely biased because newer kingdoms has way like 2 3 times the people, right? Active players. But here's how 24 courtesy to 244 dirty work. As you can see, this is we only have about four, and then they kind of left out a couple, but it was very small. But if you look at 173, for example, they have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, right? Almost seven alliances. So if you look at the top rankings by average power, right, for the top 200 players, this is all 244's work. They really nerded out. Uh, 247 is number one, and then we rank number two, and 173 ranked number six. However, uh, if you look at the non-farm alliance, basically the active players, 173 is actually number one, and we became number eight. And this is way not even funny because if you this is just another representation of it presentation. So here we have the total power differences, right? So this you can clearly see the difference between the powers, right? So 1024, we have now this is comparing with 244, this kingdom, right? So we have about um, 10 billion powers away from the 244, and that's 10 billion, right? That's 10 billion power. That's two full blown alliances. Now, if you look at the highest one, is actually 173. Right? So 173 is even higher. So we're about 14 billion away from 173. That's two 7 billion alliances. So this is incredibly imbalanced matchup, in our opinion. And Lilith, maybe you guys can come up with some, you know, algorithms to check the active players. I don't think it's going to be that hard, right? And then, instead of just adding them in with an Excel file like this guy did, and this guy he probably is doing it in his basement. He doesn't even have a job for this, right? So this is 159, for example. So we have all those. All right. So now let's go back to the game. All right. So now, while pre-event, of course, is a reflection of the activity, right, and your willpower. Um, so what happens is we ranked about number six. Right. So we had some whales that kind of whaled it out, so we were able to get number six. But still, uh, because you have no idea who's who, it made it very hard to make friends in the beginning. Right. So we and another thing is that Lilith didn't tell you where you spawned. Right. Sorry about this. I'm using my fat fingers trying to zoom out here. So we spawn right here in the middle. So we all entering this thing, and everybody is starting to talk to each other, right? Trying to see who's who. We're very fortunate that 244 is one of our opponents from last KvK. So they spawned right here. They were blue. They spawned right here, right? So they were on the upper corner, and we are here. We're down here. So in the beginning, we kind of knew that they reached out to us right away, actually, and then they wanted to work with us together. So we were fine with it because we think that they're good people and they have a lot of active players. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. Also, what happened was the green 247 had the first KvK with 244. So in this sense, 244 also wanted to work with 270, 247, right? So they were friends, they were buddies, and then we were brought into the kind of their little preliminary alliance, right? So at this point, you should know that all the players in KvK should know that um, who you need allies in this game, right? Because you cannot, no matter how strong, how much whale power you have, you can't win the game alone, right? So here's what happened. So they wanted to, they wanted to work with 129, right? 247 wanted to work with not 129, and I think they saw their some of their whales right here, right? So let's take a look at 129. Still red. 129 is in red, right? So Juggernaut, this is one of their big guys. This much dead, this much kills. started with this much power, 200 million, 208 million power. Now have 158 million power after the fight. I mean, I'm already pretty. You know, I consider myself okay performer. I contribute. Have like 8 million. I'm not. I'm not one of those YouTubers that does videos and have like a million death and have like Lilith feed them gold heads and stuff. So, but anyways, they wanted to. They wanted. I think they kind of wanted to work with 129. They think they're stronger. Um, Also, but at this time, 247. So that's about the original four that we had in mind. And 129 also wanted to work with us because we do have some very active whales. Da is one of the my old friend from Kingdom 22, and he migrated to us this event. And also, we have some players from 253 our old friend brought back, including Giannis and a lot of great active players and active fighters. So before this event, if you watch my video for our last KVK, we only have about one alliance, is MMP. That's the major one. Now we have a few more coming back to us actually, because some players migrated last KVK, but they came back because they weren't really doing well in that kingdom. They realized, hey, there's nowhere better than home, right? So they brought back a lot of the newer players with them from 253, and they brought some friends from. They brought some friend who we call the shirtless heroes. Some of their players, they are great people. Um, they also came back to us. So and very active and very contributed a lot. So I wanted to just thank you guys for all the contributions in this KVK. Um, so let's take a look. So where were we? All right. So we were talking about the alliance. So four kingdom alliances. However, what happened was I think that that leaves out 170. One of the major thread was they in the beginning they've already after they did these math thing, right, make American think harder. Hashtag Yang Gang. Uh, so they kind of knew that 173, the Purple Kingdom, is a threat in order to contend. They're gonna be challenging the Zig. So 247 and 244 are kind of like bed buddies, right? They already knew that they're gonna destroy them, and we are okay with it because we look at this map here, and we thought that okay, uh, even though if they're working with 179, which is the Pink Kingdom, we do not have to worry about this side. We'll just wait for you guys for circle to open, right? Past five to open, and then we'll push out. And on this side, we could easily close in on this, which is already completely destroyed. They were color yellow. They were 76, right? So we can close boxing them with 129, right? And up here, of course, there is the 159, 159. Wait, was it 159 or 150? I think 150. Let's see. We have never encountered them, so my memory is a little bit vague from them. So 159. All right. So yeah, so they are like kind of like this color, this the cyan color kingdom, right? So, but they're also eliminated here at this point. Yeah. So they're just burning. I kind of feel bad because our old friend from Kingdom 22 also wanted to us to talk to them, but we're on exactly two opposite side of the oops. See, this is what I'm talking about. Lilith is making these things even harder than a human being. So like, what is happening here? One, two, three. Is this how it works? Okay. What? Select in this order. Okay. All right. How about this? All right. All right. We got it. We got it. So I'm gonna heal some more. usually heal about like 3,000. So they can completely heal. All right, so there's really nothing we can do to collaborate them with them because they're all the way on the other side, and you know that these two big kingdoms is gonna eat them up and not let them come out, right? So that's what happened. So everybody, so let me grab some water. So that's what set up the stage. So that's what set up the stage before the everything before Pass Four happened opens, right? So we knew. So what happened was that 244 wanted to bring on 179. So there, I think, from my opinion, so it's a 4-4 game at this point, but they wanted to bring in 179 because I think it's mainly from last KvK their experience because they were boxed in by 62 and 63 and they had like very hard fighting out. So they did not want to fight two kingdoms, 179 and 159 together. So they said, okay, maybe we'll just bring them on board. And at this point, we are also okay with it because we realize that we're a smaller kingdom with less people, but very, very dedicated people. But we knew that 173, just based on ranking and all these information we have gathered, they are one of the largest. They are the largest kingdom in this KvK just by sheer size. Fighting prowess, we're not sure yet at that point. So yeah, so that's what happened. So we're okay with it. So we were just gonna be okay. So we will box in, focus on 173 and box them in with 179, and on the other side we will collaborate with Red 129 to box in 76. Right. So that was the original plan. So knowing that um, we're gonna be facing a lot of fighting over here because we knew that this is gonna be a harder fight. I have instructed two of my alliances, smaller alliances at that point, BA, and GS, which is a German alliance, to kind of just stall around this area, to stall around this area as 129 drop a fortress right near the sanctuary. Right. So if they drop a fortress near the sanctuary, they will be able to come and assist us while we're gonna also be fighting over here. Right. Our main fight is gonna be here, and our goal is to push 173 into their zone. So that's what the original plan was. All right. So maybe I have some reports from the original fighting that I can show. All right. With the 173. Let's see. So I'll be throwing a lot of reports and this and that, right? Just to make it fun. Let's see. What is this? Oh yeah. So this is when we first started. So Tiger, Papa's STG, Papa's. I think he's using some kind of weird combinations, and we got the Zetian over here, right? So we have the Papa's STG. They got a lot of people. I don't know what this report is about, but looks like some kind of rally, right? A lot of injury. So we know that our commanders are stronger, right? Because we are a way older kingdom. So we're over here. We're about 523, but they have way more. Oops. So let's go back down there. So, but they have way more players. So we're just trying to let them come into the meat grinder over there, right? We're trying to overpower them with our rallies, basically. All right, here they try to rally us, but we got the Zetian going here. It's very very good defender. Right before Attila came out. All right, so this is what happened here. Okay, Yeah, so this splash damage, man, you never want to be just near those. Okay, so let's keep going up. So we got some ones with Papa's STG again. Papa's is their spiritual leader of 173. And now we get to actually look at Da. So Da played about when the work started. These guys, he plays about 16 hours a day. He just keeps rallying like a machine. Right. So Tiger, we were fighting Tiger, Lion, and all these Wolf. These three different alliances, major alliances, and some Russian alliance over here. Let's see. Yeah, so mainly, so most of these trades we're winning these trades, right? So, but they just have a lot of people bodied. So it took a long time for us to kill them off, basically. Right. Damn, this guy got actually is blown up. Yeah, your hospital is full, man. Over here, another, this combo Edward and Yisengi is still one of the best ones if you don't have the AT&T Attila and Takeda combo. That stuff is extremely OP as you can see. So, which I will show later. So we were fighting over here with full blown fighting. Now this is when we first started using the combos, right? So Da already had it maxed. Now you can see the power, like the sheer um, base stats increase buff. Like the attack can go up to like 250%, which in these fights in the war of attrition is extremely useful because it creates a lot of heavy injuries, severely wounded. So people will actually stop fighting after you do these, right? So this is he actually took on a triple rally right here, but you can see that the amount of injuries they get, no fucks given, you know. So this really is the starting of the breaking point of 173. Even though they have, as we've seen before, they have about 14 billion more power than us. Um, Given that they were fighting 179, but I definitely think we inflicted the heavy damage on our side because look at all these people, they were all blown up trying to they touch the it's anti-swarm, right? You touch the swarm, you die, right? Even their rallies, people or hospital is blowing up. This is just like the first couple days, right? So die is basically rallying nonstop, right? And these people just have no idea this is the first time. If you look at it, this is December 30th. This is like the first time that Attila combos and Takeda combos is used in real war. So people had no idea how to handle this. They're just like what should we do? Should we fill the rallies and what's happening? Yeah. Oh, let me see what happened here. Yeah, well, got attacked. Yeah, just the splash damage to kill more troops. All right, so this is Reds. This is one of their alliances as well. They try to throw a fortress behind us. So we'll talk about this later. Um, they're still trying, I guess, trying to push us back, but there's no way they can get through the wall. Got the wall, right? The Zetian wall. It's still the best defender against Attila and Takeda, believe it or not. But just nothing is good. You just have to set counter rally as soon as possible. Right, so all these fights we're doing here, we're wearing them out. This is just mine, and I was on vacation for like about a day or so. So all right, here comes Da again. Oh my God, look at these bodied, bodied. These are some small ones. I actually have some really bad ones that I can show you guys later. Look at this. This is, they forgot to pull out. This is when less and less resistance we face at this point. And then we started to, I think, started doing some zeroing, right? So we'll look at those later. But I think we have some more. We'll take a look at here, right? Okay, so before the war, we distributed. So this is also courtesy to 244. Uh, the presentation is very good, and I approve. So this is the first occupation. So we're basically splitting it in between five country, five kingdoms, right? So the orange is us, red is 129, and then the kind of like blue cyan is the blue color. I think Dirty Works is a little bit color blinded. You guys are blue, not this color. And next time use the same color. I'm gonna take some points off of that. And then the pink is 179. So we're separating all the circles, and this is assuming that we're gonna win the war, right? And yeah, so one of the reason that we really this is Juggernaut kind of leaked. So apparently 173 also reached out to 129. They wanted to make an alliance, right? So they drew this map basically saying that maybe I have it back here. So basically saying that we're gonna take down 24 and 79, right? Which is really, it's kind of offensive because towards the end they realized that no one is talking to them. They started to talk to us. But you really can't expect us to work with you when you kind of said that, kind of already wrote us off, right? All right, so I have a couple. So there's a couple big ones, right? This is when they were defending, when they first started fighting, they were defending this. Look at the heavy injury. This is two of these people are done, right? They won't defend anymore. All right, so this is the rewards. We're okay with it because even though if you look at maybe 247 and 244 and have more of the circles and stuff, uh, but you have to remember they have more alliances, right? So they also have to split it around themselves, and we have way less people to do that, to do so. And our goal is to just secure two fortresses, like right here, right? All right. Okay, so let's go back to our game. All right. Is my thing still recording? All right. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look here. Sorry for all my fat fingers. All right, so as we were fighting heavily over here, 129 was able to advance on this side, right? So they were able to help us deter 76. So 76 are these kingdoms that they kept talking about. Oh, if without 129 we're gonna lose, and this and that. But to be honest, you guys don't have enough whales, and you guys don't have enough firepower versus us. Um, we were mainly fighting on this side. That's why we had 129 helping us. But that kind of built up this rivalry. This is the reason that we wanted to erase all of them over here, right? So 129 was able to help us. They kind of set up the defense. They were able to seal the enemy off. So at this point, everybody is good, and we were able to essentially the spirit of break the spirit of 173, even though they're a much bigger kingdom. So I dropped some power over here at this point. At this point, I have like 6,400,000 death. So they send some mails. They're like respect to the two kingdoms, but we can no longer sustain the fight because probably they just have no solution to Attila and Tagada, right? All right, so there's some more. These are the ones that I'm not in with. Right, so we at this point have three sets of full grown Attila and Tagada. So we have three maxed team. So they've been taking turns rallying 173. So of course they can't sustain this, right? So damn, look at this. This is the trade. I mean, you know, it's just a meat grinder. You're just throwing them into the meat grinder. All right, what is this? Oh, 1024. You give me nightmares. Yeah, it's funny. So but good fight, 173. No hard feelings. So this is some of the advances that we've been doing. So just some normal pictures, more rallies. All right, so in the desperate attempt, they tried to throw a fortress behind us right here, right? So they march over, and then I saw this. You know, I was able to flag out from the back and then destroy their fortress. This is their pretty desperate attempt, and then blow it up. So that was pretty funny. Some more Attilas. Damn, this is I did not really take a close look at these reports. So Papa's dropped about like 30 million powers. Just look at these death, man. Yeah. Um. All right. So this is what happened. So we've already settled in, and then we were going off the reward map that I've shown earlier. Um. What started to happen is the little bit tension between 129 and all the other people, right? So as you can see here, they we have already had a distribution of rewards, and now they said they wanted more, right? So this to us is very offensive because we are all fighting as a. So this is what the setup. So now they wanted the heron and then the ruins and stuff. So here they said they have more. They put in more effort. So now we want more. Um, the problem is that we are fighting as an alliance. So this is what these foot soldiers doesn't understand, right? They just keep talking to, oh, there's war, oh, join rally, oh, this and that, go here, go there. They don't understand the politics behind this because as you guys are fighting more on this side, we were fighting all these wars with 173. Just look at the amount of people. So am I counting bodies? So if we're counting bodies, I'm pretty sure we killed the most of people because we are killing on both sides. I didn't even show the report we've done on the 76 sides, right? So the goal is for us. The plan was for us to hold them off long enough so that you guys can establish a foothold, and then we can focus on 173 side, and then you guys focus on here. And now these guys, the common opinion, like it's it's kind of ridiculous. It left a pretty sour taste in my mouth. So we're like, okay, yeah, sure, but we've been fighting 173, and we didn't really argue. So we said this is has to be within the entire uh, decided in the coalition. So this is nowhere for you guys to just negotiate more land, but so but at the same time, Jugnut, which is one of the leader of 129, started to have formulate his own opinion on the reward distribution, right? So this is what happened. So this is the reward distribution that Dirty Work did, and everybody was okay with this distribution. But 129, we felt that they're very reliant on a couple individual, including the Juggernaut. So they never contributed too much in this. And then after we all have agreed, and then they kind of suddenly looked at the map, they were like, oh, you know what? We realize we don't like this, and we want to start negotiating again, right? So we'll talk about this in my next video. So I'm gonna take a break, and we'll do it on the next video.